Hello. Right on time. Look who decided to join us.
Okay.
We have people funneling into chat right now. We have
Boom.
chat up on screen. Boom, 11:50, right on the dot.
That's what you said.
You have your drink of choice with you, I see as well.
It's not my drink of choice. It's my
Oh,
second drink of choice.
How you doing?
I'm good. I can't read that.
I can read it for you if you want.
Yeah, but then I'm surrendering control to you.
Yeah, you can, but you
Oh, I
do
can
that
read
every
that.
day already.
Maybe
Someone
can
just
you
spelled
make
your
that
name.
bigger?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
Yeah, actually, that would be great if you could make that bigger.
You want
A
bigger?
little bit bigger.
There you go.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay.
I don't know if you saw, but somebody asked you if you were going to be invited to Travis Kelce and Taylor
Yeah,
Swift's wedding.
I think the answer to that is no. I'm certain of that, actually. Okay. What about being why he
Why lie about being first, Harvey? See, this is what I go through every day on stream. Like, I try to give you
No,
my
but
phone.
when did we lie about first?
I don't know. I try to give you like comments with substance,
Yeah.
not to discredit you guys,
Either.
but you know, could you kindly address the issues you have with independent reporters? Thanks.
I don't have issues with independent reporters. I don't know what they're talking about. This is not going well. What is Harvey's first drink of choice?
Mm.
You mean alcohol or non-alcohol?
Why don't we do both?
Non-alcohol Diet Coke, alcohol tequila with lime juice, lemon juice, and water and ice.
What about like just raw? Like, what would you drink just raw?
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke? Okay. That's not an alcoholic drink.
But
though.
that's all I drink. I mean, I drink like one, maybe two margaritas or tequilas a week.
A week?
Yeah, the maximum.
You drink
Usually
more
one.
than I do.
Huh?
You drink more than I do.
Well, that's one a week. Really, I like on Saturday night. I'll have a
See,
I'll
I
have
barely
one of those.
drink.
What you went to a bar last weekend?
I
What
don't
are
know
you
what
talking?
you're
You went to
talking about.
bars
I don't
last
know what
weekend.
you're talking about.
You at least be honest. Hold
Sky,
on.
the
Why are you
man
scrolling? I
was-
can't read it.
It's not scrolling. It's going up as more people comment, Harvey.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. So I have to.
Yeah, you have to catch it.
Ah.
See, it's hard doing this job.
Oh my God.
Isn't it?
What's Harvey's favorite show? I love Love on the Spectrum. I love Love on the Spectrum. It's just such a great show.
That's your favorite show right now. What about all time?
Breaking Bad is
That's pretty.
right up there.
What happened with the case with Diddy? Is he going to jail for 15 years or not?
He's not going to, absolutely not. He'll get maybe 2 years is what I'm guessing. And he's served a year and he gets time off. So he'll be out within a year.
Mm-hmm.
He will be out within a year.
What was your favorite story to cover?
When are you buying suspenders? Never.
It's
Favorite story to cover in the past year?
gotta be Diddy, right?
Yeah, Diddy was fascinating to me. It just was fascinating to me. Just because everybody got it so wrong. Everybody got it so wrong.
People are saying you need LASIK surgery.
Oh, I probably do, but I'm afraid of it.
What's your favorite food to eat?
You know, my favorite food is pasta, but I can't eat a lot of it just because it's got
Carbs?
I don't mind carbs at all. It's just that there's a lot of sugar in it. I'm trying to maintain. That's absolutely my favorite.
Does Harvey think Kim will pass the bar?
I don't know. I don't know what her studying was, and I honestly have no concept. It's hard in her case to pass the bar because of what you learn in law school over 3 years. It is hard to do. So I will be mightily impressed if she does.
Someone's asking you to tell the Michael Jackson story.
Oh, well, I can't tell the Michael Jackson story when this thing's scrolling. It'll take me.
Why not?
It'll take
Why
an
can't
hour.
you just tell it?
I don't think I think Conrad Murray was the fall guy in this. That Conrad Murray may have been the last one to give him drugs, but there were so many doctors who were overprescribing and feeding his addiction for so many years, including Arnie Klein especially, that Conrad Murray was the sump who got nailed for it. I honestly believe that. Any update on Wendy? They still have not ordered the jury trial. It moves unbelievably slow, and it's really frustrating.
Harvey, stop looking at the screen. I agree.
Okay, well,
Go-
what am I supposed to
Look
do?
look at the cat. So like in live streamers, right?
Okay,
What you do is they make eye contact with the
but
audience.
how do I?
They
Okay,
briefly look over and they're like, "What else are you
okay,
guys
but
talking
it's hard
about?"
to read
And then
this.
they say something
Harvey,
and they
stop
look
looking
over
at the
here.
screen. I never saw Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is fabulous. Um,
I love the talk you got going on
nah,
here.
the story. Okay. Oh, you want to tell how we
How about
broke
I
Michael
can?
Jackson? Because we found out that his heart. We got a tip that his heart stopped, and we started calling around to fire departments, and we confirmed it, and then we did all sorts of other things to confirm his death, and we made literally 100 phone calls that day before we posted the story. Um, breaking story. Okay, the Michael Jackson biopic. Blah blah. Did you get new teeth? Yeah, I got veneers a year ago, and I wish I would have done it 10 years ago. Are you glad you have Jackson doing this YouTube? I'm so pissed at Jackson. He just cost me $500.
Oh, it was $500.
Yes,
Oh, then it's not that bad.
yes,
It's not that bad.
yes. Um, uh, God, this moves so fast.
Yeah.
Did Hulk Hogan really die? Yes, he died. Brooke saw the body. Um,
Why did you decide to leave law to
I love teaching law school.
teaching to
I
celebrities?
love teaching law school. And this just happened over time. I mean, I started with an LA Times column and then a radio show, and then I did consumer law stuff on TV, and then I became an investigative reporter. So it just happened gradually over time.
How did you get your job there? How did I get my job here?
Oh, tell the story. This is gonna take a second
Okay.
because this is gonna scroll. But you tell the story.
I was working in an ice cream store, and I was working in an ice cream factory. I was doing 2 ice cream jobs. And one day, Rob, one of our directors in broadcast, walked into the ice cream store I was working at with a big camera on his shoulder. And I essentially made this pitch, and I was like, "My name's Jackson. I really like film. I can do A, B, and C. Please write my name down." And Rob and Madison, another person in our broadcast department, passed my name along. And then I became a PA here, and I was doing coffee runs, and I was running Harvey's lunch, and whatever else production needed help with. And then eventually one day, Harvey brought all the PAs into the fishbowl, which is our conference room, and said, "We need to be quicker when sourcing interesting stories from social media, and I want all of you guys scouring social media for something we can report on." And so I made this software, which essentially surfaced 1,000 celebrities and media outlets in seconds whenever they posted something. So we would be the first, and we would beat other media outlets, and that's what kind of put me on the map.
I had no idea. It was so sophisticated, and he stood out. And he pretty quickly thereafter ended up running our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even old enough to drink at the time.
Yeah.
It's a true statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's nice to see Jackson sitting. It's nice to be sitting. Thank you, Raquel. Rachel, I think. That's the person who won our.
Oh, she's the
headline.
person.
Yeah.
That's really good, and it's on the website now.
Yeah.
Bring your dogs to work. That would be not good.
Do you smoke Mary Jane, Harvey?
I don't. You know, I've never been able to. I'm a bad smoker.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not against it at all. I'm fascinated, by the way, by ayahuasca. I want to do ayahuasca someday.
As long as it's with Aaron Rodgers.
No, I just want to do it. I just want to do it. So no, I have no problem with it. I had asthma as a kid, and it's not that I get asthma again, but I always had an aversion to smoking. And when I was growing up, my parents both smoked, and they would smoke in the car with the windows rolled up.
Oh,
It
cigarettes?
was disgusting.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's just not been a thing for me.
It kind of weaned you off cigarettes then.
Yeah.
Who is the guy who does the TMZ voiceover?
I can't say. We've always said we won't say who it is, but he's awesome.
What was the worst story you had to break?
I mean, I don't know what that means.
I guess something pertaining to tragedy, something just really sad.
I mean, there's too much of it to even. There's been a lot. I can tell you in 20 years, there's been so much.
Is Lil Nas X going to get any time?
What was the most impractical thing you've been part of? Oh God, I did a show once called. I had this idea for a show called Famous in 12, and the idea was creating a family, finding a family somewhere that could become famous in 12 weeks. And I sold it with this guy David Garfinkel, who's a great guy, who's a great producer, and we sold it to the CW, and it was a primetime show. But the the family we picked was great. One of the girls was a virgin, and we thought, oh, this is an interesting twist. It turned out not to be.
Really?
And then what we decided was, it was showed it terribly. It was a terrible show. And they wanted to cancel it after 5 weeks. And we said, okay, let us just hire 12 really good-looking people. We'll rent a mansion in the Hollywood Hills. We'll tell them become famous in 12 weeks, and we'll watch them bang. And they said no, but that show would have worked, and it was way before Love Island and all that
That's
stuff.
great. You were ahead of the curve there.
Yeah, but we were behind the curve on the initial.
Did
I remember Famous in 12.
I
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, and they're still kicking around here. That's
Is it
so
still
funny.
a thing?
No.
No.
The Ray J thing. Ray J is fabulous on the TMZ tour after the After Dark tour. He is so entertaining, and it's the best party.
Is that the tour where you get free drinks?
Free drinks. You go to the Saddle Ranch and ride the bull. We have a DJ on the bus. It is the best party in LA. Friday and Saturday
I honestly
nights.
have to go. It's
Seriously.
always fun.
Okay. What's the 9?
I've never seen one mundane clip from the TMZ After Dark tour.
9/11 was tough to cover, for sure. But the other thing is, we have a documentary that we did called 9/11: The Fifth Plane. There was a fifth plane that was targeted, and nobody has talked about this. The government's never talked about it. But I knew a woman from college who became a United flight attendant, and she told me the story in 2002. And I could never do anything with it. But once we started our documentary business, we did this documentary called 9/11: The Fifth Plane, which is now on YouTube.
Our most successful documentary on YouTube.
And you watch this thing, and you will absolutely, positively know that there was a fifth plane targeted, right?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, hit the thumbs up. I agree, Susie. Will you see Harvey make an appearance on the TMZ After Dark tour?
No, I want to do it, but
now.
I go to sleep too early. But
You know, he told me today he goes to sleep at 7 p.m.
during weeknights, because I get up at 3 in the morning. No, but you just have to. But no, I used to when we have the other tour, the celebrity tour. Whenever I see the bus, I'll do an illegal U-turn and jump on the bus. Absolutely, I love this bus. I love the bus.
I gotta see that.
I've
see
done
how you
it
get down
many times over the years.
On the After Dark tour.
Many times over the years. And they last weekend they FaceTimed me, and I was laying down in the dark, and they're FaceTiming me from the bus.
Were you and your friends scared when Charles Manson killed Sharon Tate and a lot of the essentially it said a lot of other celebrities were scared they were
such a big deal in LA. I was 18 or 19 years old, and it was such a big deal because nobody knew who they were. And the thing is, they slaughtered all the people at Sharon Tate's house. The next night, they went to Los Feliz, which is on the other side of the city, and they killed Rosemary and Alino LaBianca. And they were random attacks, and it really scared everybody. The one that scared people even more was the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, where he was climbing through windows. And I remember back then, what was it, 1985 or so? I was like 35 years old, and I worked out at a gym where it was a small gym where the owner gave me the key because I went in early. And I was working out. This is when the Night Stalker was on the loose, and I was working out alone in the gym, and I look up in the weight room, and I see somebody crawling through the window. And this is right during the time of the Night Stalker. And I remember just thinking, and I started to run, and it was a homeless guy that was on the roof that was trying to just get through.
But at that time, no one knew it was Richard Ramirez.
Well, they knew it was the Night Stalker.
Yeah,
they called him the Night Stalker.
They knew he crawled through windows.
No, that's the problem. And killed people. So, yeah.
Guys, just want to let you know, Harvey has to get out of here at 12:10. It's 12:04 right now.
Okay.
But you guys can ask
TMZ
anything.
Break the news on Michael Jackson's death. Yes, we did. Please interview Ryan Murphy.
It would be the best, human lamps and all, when the new season of Monster is coming out.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. He is really a talented guy.
Was it true OJ said Nicole would not have died if she didn't open the door with a knife?
I don't know what he would have done. I don't know what he would have done. I don't know. He was there. He didn't go there to kill Nicole. I am positive of that. And
Think he just did it to take revenge?
I totally disagree with the prosecutors on this. He never went there to kill Nicole. He went there to slit her tires. He had done it a month before. He went into her garage and slit the tires on her Ferrari because she was this hot blonde driving around Brentwood, attracting all this attention, and he was insanely jealous of her. So he cut the tires of the Ferrari so she couldn't do it. And I think he went over there that night because he was pissed off at her for this whole thing that happened earlier in the day. And I think he went over there with a knife and a hat and gloves, not to kill her, but to cut the Ferrari tires. There's no way he would have gone over there 40 minutes before he was supposed to get in a limo to go to Chicago, because how would he have done that and then planned to get rid of the evidence and clean himself up and everything else?
Yeah.
He wouldn't have done that with 40 minutes to spare.
Yeah.
But he had gone there to cut her tires, and he pulled up right next to the garage. And I think what he used to do was then stalk her and go over to the plate glass window and watch her. And I think he did that and was looking at her, and she was in the bathtub with candles. And even though the prosecution says he killed Nicole first, I don't think so. I think Ron Goldman walked in. He saw Ron put two and two together, killed Ron. She opened the door to find out what was going on, and he killed her. And I think that's what happened.
Jeez. Just absolutely snapped, took revenge that way, and
Yep.
God.
That's what I think happened. Yeah, and his kids were home, so he was willing at that point to let the kids come downstairs in the morning and find their mom with her almost decapitated on the porch. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Um,
Indeed. How did you begin TMZ and with who? Changing subjects.
Such a long story. I had a show called Celebrity Justice with Warner Brothers, and the guy who was running the TV division, which is called Telepictures, Jim Paratori, Jim called me in one day and he said, "How'd you like to run a website?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm a TV guy. What do you mean run a website?" And then I looked at him and I said, "Are you canceling my show?" He said, "Yes," because we just couldn't make a business out of Celebrity Justice. And so I said, there is no way in the world I'm going to run a website, because nobody was doing websites with news or anything like that back then. Nobody. And so, except Drudge, and he was just aggregating news. And not just, I mean, it was a big deal, but he was aggregating. He wasn't running a news site in the sense of breaking stories. And I'm like, forget it. And so I said no. And like 2 months went by, and he was looking for somebody else and almost hired her. And I went to Mexico, and I was in this kind of margarita haze. And I was just thinking, wait a minute, that website thing. If you can start a website where you have all of the features of a news organization with lawyers and producers and researchers, and you can get a story, you don't have a publishing cycle like a newspaper or magazine, and you don't have a time period like a television show. So you get it right and you get it up, you can beat everybody. Yeah. And I thought, well, that's simple. And I came back and I said, if that job's still available, let's talk. And that's how we did it. And Jim ultimately left being president of Telepictures to be my partner at TMZ, which was the greatest honor of my career. And we launched this thing together, and he was amazing and guided me and us, in terms of how to create the business and the technology. And Jim was amazing. And one day, like, I think it was 2013, he went on vacation in France, and I got a call. He died of a heart attack on a bike. And it was shocking.
And that's the same bike that hangs in our kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah, the TVs.
Yes.
What about the name? There was
I mean,
you
I
wanna
went
tell that?
through a million things with it, and we were trying to come up with a name, and I had an idea. What do we call it? Pop salad, because it'll be like everything in a salad
Yeah.
together. And so I went out and tested it with. I took a microphone and a camera out, and I tested in Marina Del Rey, and everybody hated it. So then everybody at Warner Brothers started coming up with names, and I was looking and hated it. And then on a Sunday one day, this guy named David Auerbach, who worked there, calls me up and he says, "I've got 60 names." Okay, hated it. Then he says, 30 Mile Zone, hated it. I said, "What's 30 Mile Zone?" And he said, it's like on the after contracts, it's where it has to do with when you have to pay a per diem to extras. And if you're outside the 30 Mile Zone, you don't. But if you're outside, you do. But if you're inside, you don't. And it's this radius around Hollywood.
Mhm.
And I thought, wait a minute, TMZ. And I thought, I like the Z.
Mhm.
And Celebrity Justice, we called it CJ. And it became kind of a thing. And I thought, wait a minute, we can call this TMZ. And so it took me 2 months to convince people that you know what? Screw it. I'll just tell you the story.
Tell it. Tell the story.
Now I'm going to tell you a story that I shouldn't tell.
It's a good story.
Now I shouldn't tell it. So Warner Brothers is like, oh, I don't know. It sounds like the demilitarized zone, the DMZ, and it's like nobody remembers that.
Mhm.
And so we went back and forth, and I finally convinced him, let's do TMZ. So we did a search, and we found out that
Someone else owned it.
somebody else owned it, and it was a company that did robots. And at the time, they were not a thing. And so AOL, which was our partner at the time, it was AOL Warner Brothers, they said, we have a whole division that acquires URLs.
Mm.
So we'll work on it. So a week passes, and I call them up, and they say, yeah, we're working on it. 2 weeks pass. Yeah, we're working on it. 4 weeks pass. We're working on it. I said, have you called the guy? And they said, no, but we're working on it. And they said we've got a whole committee on it. And I'm like, we can't design this website until we have a name, and we've got to launch in a month. And so you got to do something. And they said, I said, I'm just going to do it myself. I'm going to call the guy. And they said, do not do that. And I remember they said, if you do it, it's going to cost $100,000 to get this. We can get this for half that price. Do not make the call. And I'm sitting there thinking, we're never going to meet our deadline. And I said, screw it. So I called the guy. And at the time, we were in Glendale, California.
Mhm.
And this guy could be right anywhere in the world, right? Anywhere in the world, right? He's in Burbank, which is the next city over. He could have been anywhere in the world. So I call him up and I say, and I'm thinking, okay, I got to play this. I shouldn't. Okay,
No, you have to continue.
Screw it, I'll just tell you. So I call him up and I said, hey man, my name's Harvey Levin. And like, I don't know, I want to start this website, and I had a TV show, but it got canceled. And I don't know, I was thinking of starting like a website or something, but, I kind of like your TMZ thing, but I don't know, like, man, if I wanted to buy it, like, how much would it cost or, whatever. And he's thinking, and he's like, well, I don't know, like $5,000. And I'm sitting there thinking, holy crap. And I said, wow, man, that's a lot of money. I don't know. Can I think about it and call you back? Because I figured if I was too anxious, he'd up the price, right? And God, if he's listening, he's going to kill me. And so he said, yeah, you can call me back. So I just paced for 40 minutes. And I thought, I can't call him back too soon. So I call him back, and I said, oh, man, like, my rent's due in like 2 weeks. And I don't know, man, like, if I pay the rent, I'm not going to have the $5,000 in the bank. So, like, I don't know, if I do it, I just got to, like, do it now so I can go to the bank, and I'll just pull whatever I got out. And if I think I got $5,000. So, like, I don't know, if I got it, can I, like, drive over there? And he said, okay. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong.
No.
And
No,
so
art of the, art of
and so
negotiation.
his office was at the Burbank Airport. He had a little office there. So I go around the office in Glendale and I said, "Who's got the shittiest car here?" And this guy says, "I've got this Toyota Corolla that's really beat up." And I said, "Give me your keys." And I got in the Toyota Corolla, and he had, you know, those iced teas with the big iced tea, and it looks almost like
gulp
whiskey,
cup?
and it looks like whiskey almost.
Oh, yeah.
So I put it on the seat so he'd think I was like
Mhm.
also had a drinking
Yeah.
problem. And so I drive over to the Burbank Airport, and I get him to sign the document, and I give him the $5,000, and I drive back to AOL, and I said, I just got the URL, and I
Mhm.
called AOL and I said, I just got the URL.
What was their reaction?
Well, they said, how much did it cost? And I said, $5,000. And they said, okay, I need you to sign it over to us. And I said, fine, for $100,000.
What did they? No way.
I wasn't serious.
They were pissed off though.
Oh, they were so pissed off.
Yeah.
I wanted to yutz them, but no, I didn't charge them for that. But that's how I got tips.
Funny.
I know.
That's fun.
And I never heard from the guy. I always
Really?
thought I would hear from him, and I never heard from him in all these years.
Well, if he's
But
watching now,
I mean, he wanted to sell it, and he came up with the price. What am I going to
Exactly.
do? Say, oh, I want to pay you more?
yeah, it's true. He
Are you-
ended with $5
Okay,
grand.
do you hate me for this story is what I want to know. Or do you respect me for it, or do you hate me for it? That's what I want to know. I need to get a sense from you, because I really haven't told that story.
Yeah.
I want
People
to
are
know.
saying they love it. Lauren says she loves it.
Okay, well, that's one person.
Are you ready for any legal questions?
Yeah, you can. Well, no, you know what? We're going to do it on the podcast.
Yes. So Harvey's gonna film a podcast
you
that will
ready?
be up tomorrow, 10 a.m.
So
Pacific
shady,
time.
Harvey. I knew. Yeah, they said it's shady.
One person said that. Smart move. Great story. Love you more for the story. Mad respect, big respect. Mad love, respect. We love you. See? I'm telling you.
That's funny. It's really funny.
See, everyone's saying
How
love.
come the monitor isn't where the camera is? It's so difficult to do
know.
this.
I don't know.
Well, we should be using that camera because it's next
Yeah.
to that monitor.
Yeah, and we should be
Okay, the next time we do it.
sneaky, sly businessman. Every businessman.
people
is sneaky
like
and
this.
Sly. Yeah, people love this.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah. Shots.
I never
fired up.
told that. I never
Yeah.
told that publicly.
You have so many stories that you've never told before.
I got a lot of stories. Okay, I got to go do this thing. We're going to do the podcast, and podcast drops with Mark tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Pacific time.
Pacific time
Mhm.
on Saturday. And this was really fun this week.
Yeah.
This was fun
We
this
had a
week.
great streaming week, guys. Thank you so much for joining. I
And it only
appreciate
cost me $500 thanks to him.
I'll see you guys soon. Peace out. We can go down.